some sad news.
Real sad.
Really sad news. Couple things. First, Chris Simon, big chief there. Man, I lucky enough to know him a little bit. Met him years and years ago. Christ, when he was playing with Quebec.
Wow.
Before they left, and always was just such a nice guy. And every year, I'd see him shoot the shit with him. Unfortunately, not with us anymore. And I know you had a scrap with Big Symes.
Mm-hmm.
Sad.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad. I mean, it don't matter who the person is,
right?
Even in hockey, or
right.
just the state of affairs that we're in as a society. The mental health crisis is real, and obviously Chris was struggling, and you don't wish anything like that on your worst enemy.
No,
and one of the toughest dudes to ever play. Not even just tough, can play the game. You talk about a power forward, and just gives the NHL a black eye. 52 years old. I mean, it was my second NHL fight. A lot of respect for him, and grew up watching this guy, and grew up not too far from where I was in Winnipeg there. It's a shame, and I think this is really going to highlight this conversation around the CTE, and maybe the NHL acknowledging the correlation between repeated head trauma and CTE. But I will say, I think they need to own that, right? But beyond that, like just the substance abuse, and there's other stuff besides that, right? I mean, because we all know, like, life exists outside of hockey or fighting. Getting punched in the face, clearly not great for brain health. But I think a lot of these guys are dealing with more trauma than that.
Right.
That probably exasperates it. But if you peel back the onion, you probably got some childhood trauma. You got some substance abuse that's probably burying the childhood trauma, and then you get the added element of fighting. Fighting legit heavyweights for how many years? Obviously, it's not great, and then adding more substance abuse on that, and it's just not a recipe for mental wellness, right? So I think the NHL as a whole, it could do a better job supporting their players. I think a great step in the right direction would be, I don't know how it looks legally, for them to start owning that piece, right? I mean, I think the UFC and the boxing commissions have made the correlation between, or at least admitted the correlation between repeated head trauma and CTE, which can't be diagnosed until you're dead, from what I understand. So, like, right now the speculation is, he's got CTE. We don't know that yet. Right. But I mean, there could be a lot of underlying issues there. But at the end of the day, it's tragic. No matter how you look at it. It's a black eye for the NHL. I think we could do better for our fellow brethren. Whatever that support system looks like, and help guys out a little more. I know it's not that easy because it's complicated. Right. Life's complicated, right? Everyone's got personal issues. Yep. So it's not as cut and dry as what we make it seem sometimes. But wish his family the best, and send out love
prayers to
friends and family, and hopefully we can, do better in the future. And then, on top of Cy,
Konstantin Koltsov, who was in the Penguins organization, actually played quite a few games with Pittsburgh over a 3-year span, I think. Tragically ended his life. It's sad, man.
Yeah,
we don't know what's going on there either, but it's just not good.
Yeah,
that's sad. Good. Like you said, it doesn't matter who it is. Doesn't mean just because he played hockey. It's anyone that's going through those things, and it's sad. Yeah,
it's sad, and to your point, there is, like, this is not a fighter issue, right? I mean, this guy wasn't a fighter,
right?
Cy was, obviously, but I think life is challenging, and people are feeling the squeeze. It seems like everything's kind of dark right now, and personal issues combined with some societal and political issues. Who knows what is the force at be here? But, like, I think it's showing that this is more than just fighters. This is
for sure,
the situation we're in is beyond that. But again, I'm not going to sit here and say that getting punched in the head for a living is great for your mental health, right? But it certainly attributes to probably some negative repercussions down the road. But I think this is just highlighting the larger problem here
Yeah.
we're dealing with, because the suicide rate through the roof, where I understand the suicide rate is through the roof, from what I understand,
Right,
and
yeah.
beyond what it was before. So we just need to do a better job in supporting people outside, inside hockey culture. I mean, just supporting humans as
Yeah.
they are. So I wish all their families the best.
Yeah, I wish them the best. Both families.
Yeah.